this is Michelle Sam from Sammy Wong's Kitchen. Today I am going to be showing you how to make liver pate. Now, for liver pate, we use any kind of liver that is from poultry. And how do you get this? Well, you can actually buy chicken livers in the grocery store, or if you're like me, what I like doing is I use a lot of whole chicken because not only is it less expensive, but I will make different recipes out of the different parts of the chicken. So for example, if you're using a whole chicken, you can make a spatchcock chicken, and there's a recipe for that. And then with the skins, I will also make some crispy chicken skin, which is like chicken chicharroni. And then with the internal organs of the chicken, for example, the gizzards, I actually just like frying them in a soy sauce marinade. It's absolutely delicious because I love the texture. And with the neck, it makes a great addition to a soup stock. And the liver, I will actually put that separate, and over time it accumulates so that you'll have enough for a liver pate. This time I'm going to make a duck liver pate, and my brother has been saving up all the duck livers and he just gave it to me, so we're going to make a duck liver pate. Now, the actual recipe is really simple, but you need to know what to look out for in order to make it successful. So let's get started. So for this liver pate, I am going to be making duck liver pate. The duck livers have been accumulating because my brother actually loves making smoked duck. So we just freeze it, and when we get sufficient, then we make pate. So we need some duck liver, we need onions, butter, bay leaves, salt and pepper, and that's it. We do need a food processor in order to blend the pate. So first what we're going to do is coarsely chop the onions, and the easiest way is just to discard the outer layer, even if you have to sacrifice a layer or two just to get most of it off. Don't go all the way through, but just cut towards the edge but not completely through so that it'll stay intact. And do this for all the onions. I'm going to do the same thing for the liver. I cut the onions first before I cut the liver so that I don't have to change my chopping boards. And for the liver, I'm going to do the same thing. I am going to coarsely chop the liver so that it can cook uniformly, but also a quick cook in the butter. And pieces like that you can discard. We just want the tender pieces of the liver. Now, if you cut them too small, the liver is going to cook too quickly, and then what you'll end up with is some grainy pieces of pate. You're going to cook them until they just cook and not overcook them. So these are the coarsely chopped slices of liver, and then I'm going to go and start cooking it. So it's really simple. So in a large saucepan, we're going to melt our butter, and I would highly recommend a large saucepan because what you want to do is be able to cook the onions until it's translucent, but we want to reduce as much of the moisture as possible. And if you have a wide surface area, then it'll allow the juices of the onions to evaporate. So pate is not the healthiest appetizer, but it doesn't have any fillers, and it is gluten-free, so once in a while you can indulge and have some liver pate. And the liver has high iron. And once the butter is melted, add in our coarsely chopped onions. And this will take a while to turn translucent, but be patient because what we are looking for is soft translucent onions, but we also want the moisture from the onions to evaporate. If you have a lot of moisture in your pate, it's just going to be really soft. It almost ends up becoming like a smoothie rather than a pate. So allow this to cook down under medium heat. Here I'm going to add my bay leaf for flavor, and this butter is salted butter, so there will be some savory in there. You will notice that as the onions cook, what the end result that you're looking for is the bubbles are more like a frying bubble versus a boiling bubble. So I've turned down the heat and you can see the liquid in the saucepan is transparent rather than translucent. I don't want the onions to caramelize too much, but I do want all these other onions that are more opaque to turn translucent. So I've turned it down to almost a simmer to try to get all of those looking more translucent. Now that it's all translucent, the butter is clear, we can add in our liver. Turn up the heat a little bit. And because we have such a wide surface area, it should cook really quickly. All right, and because I've used salted butter, I'm gonna only put in half a teaspoon of salt and then add some freshly ground black pepper. Give it another stir until it's cooked. All right, and now what I'm gonna do is put it into the food processor and blend it. Now here is the consistency of the pâté if you did it in a food processor. If you want it ultra smooth, you can put it in a much more powerful blender like a Vitamix and get a very smooth consistency. So I'm going to take half and put it in a blender just to show you the difference in the consistencies. It'll all taste the same, but the texture is going to be different. Here you can see the consistencies in the two blenders. This one is much smoother and this one is coarse with a little more mouthfeel. Now place your pâté in the ramekins in which you're going to be serving, because we're going to be refrigerating these, and this is going to be what's going to be your serving bowl. And then this is the other one. And when you taste it, you'll realize that those bay leaves give it a really great taste. And now put your warm pâté into the refrigerator and allow the pâté to solidify. This will take a few hours depending on the amount of pâté that's in each container. If you want to serve it quickly, put it into smaller ramekins and it will harden quicker. Happy cooking and bon appetit. More recipes can be found on SammyWong'sKitchen.com or social media. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks!